Right now, Vice President Kamala Harris says she's no longer coming to Madison this week. We'll tell you the reason why.
How our Call for Action team helped out a couple falsely charged for damages to a rental car they didn't cause.
And former President Donald Trump spends the day in a Manhattan courtroom. The start of his civil fraud case underway. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. Well, the calendar has flipped to October, but you wouldn't know it from standing outside. Another day of summer-like temperatures across southern Wisconsin. It'll start to feel like October soon enough, but boy, it has been warm out there. Let's go to Gary. He's out on the weather patio with your first warn forecast.
Well, Eric, let's put it in perspective. The temperatures we had today were more like that what you would see at the beginning of August, so like 2 months ago. And as we take a look at the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam, we had a beautiful sunrise. We had sunny skies all day long. Winds out of the south allowed temperatures to really warm up, and it's still very mild tonight. As we look at Doppler track, not a drop of rain anywhere across our part of the Midwest. High temperatures today, well into the 80s. Even near Lake Michigan, Milwaukee was at 84. Madison hit 83. Janesville hit 84. It was even warmer to the west. La Crosse 87, 86 in Boscobel, and 85 at the Baraboo Dells Airport. Temperatures are still in the 60s through most of southern Wisconsin. Prairie du Chine's at 70, Milwaukee at 72. Here in Dane County, Madison's at 65, but it's 64 in Cross Plains, 65 in Belleville, and also 65 in Oregon. Look for mostly clear skies overnight. Low temperature only dropping to around 60 degrees. We'll see another unseasonably warm day tomorrow. In fact, we could be near a record high temperature, but the hot weather won't last that much longer. We'll see a big change in temperatures toward the end of the week. I'll have more on that in the forecast in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. It is normal for a car rental company to alert you of any damages within a few weeks. But what do you do if you get a bill and photos of damages that you didn't cause 7 months after you return that vehicle? Well, a Fitchburg couple called our Call for Action team, and News 3 Now's Armand Rahman was able to provide some help. Armand?
Yeah, Eric, after the initial shock of a pretty big bill, Larry and Jane Werner couldn't get a hold of Budget Rental. That's when Call for Action stepped in to get the company to clear things up.
Took a trip to go to Arizona to meet my niece's 6-month-old twins.
And after returning their rental car in good condition, Larry and Jane Werner thought memories were all they'd bring home from Arizona. But 7 months later, a bill from Budget Rental took them back and told a different story.
It's really weird. It talks about damage we did to the vehicle that we rented then. And he said, oh, no, you didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. We knew we didn't do anything.
Well, I don't think we could have gotten our suitcases out of the trunk with all the damage to this car.
But the pictures showed huge dents in the trunk and the rear of the vehicle.
And they showed the odometer, and it had an additional 550 miles on it from when we returned it.
The Werners were told they had to pay almost $2,000. When they tried to fight it, no one from Budget returned their calls or calls from their insurance agent planning to deny the claim.
And if they deny it, then Budget Avis comes after us. There were a lot of sleepless nights, and I kept thinking, I'm not going to be a victim. I don't want this to happen because we didn't do it, and it's not fair or just.
Jane knew she needed help.
So I called Call for Action.
And Melissa Lucas answered. She agreed the whole thing.
Yeah, it seemed pretty outrageous.
But not entirely uncommon.
Someone here at Call for Action who's going through the same thing right now, 3 months after she returned from her vacation, they sent her a bill for $500 for a dent in the car. And of course, she says when she returned it, it was fine.
A week went by and Budget wasn't answering Melissa either.
Channel 3 decided to do this story, and I let them know that a reporter was looking at it.
Once the company knew we were investigating, they started answering.
They got back to Jane right away and said it was a clerical error.
With an hour of her calling me to say she talked to somebody, this guy called me and said, oh, he was so sorry. But I wanted to tell him I thought it was a scam and that he was wrong to do what was done to us.
While this story does have a happy ending for the couple,
Right now I'm just happy that that Melissa was so powerful that she could make a phone call to Budget and make all of our problems go away.
it's a cautionary tale for anyone renting a car.
Person with a tablet walking down the line, and she was receiving the cars, and she said, just leave the keys and get on your plane. So we did.
Melissa said you should always have an employee check the car and watch what they mark. After this story, she says it's worth documenting the return yourself, too. Take pictures of the car inside and out.
You know, make sure you have the date. Show the license plate that it's that car and that it's on their lot and that it's pristine, because I don't know, they might come back, I don't know, 7 months, who knows?
Don't get stuck like us.
And I did reach out to Budget to find out how a clerical error like that can happen and to confirm that the Werners won't have to pay. They sent me a statement which reads, "We have reviewed the damage fee and recognized that it was incorrect. We've apologized to Ms. Werner for the clerical error and have confirmed that she is not responsible for the damage. We take every customer experience seriously and have worked with our team in Phoenix to ensure situations such as this are corrected in the future."
Armand, well done. If you need our call for action team to take action on your behalf, give us a call, the number there on your screen, or you can submit a claim anytime. Channel3000.com/call for action. Change of schedule for Vice President Kamala Harris. She will not be visiting UW-Madison this week after all. The Vice President was supposed to visit campus Wednesday, but will instead attend the funeral of the late Senator Dianne Feinstein. However, the visit is expected to be rescheduled, although no date has yet been set. Her stop was part of a nationwide college tour where she will discuss issues important to young voters. For the first time ever, there are more than 50,000 students attending UW-Madison this semester. Exactly 50,662 enrolled. That's 800 more compared to last year's enrollment. The increase is being seen system-wide. More than 161,000 students are part of the UW system now. That's up about 500 from last year. After a 3-year pause, federal student loan payments have resumed for borrowers across the country. While the pandemic-era pause of those payments has ended, here are some things to keep in mind. In August, the Biden administration launched the SAVE plan. That's a loan repayment program that lowers the cost of monthly payments based on income and household size. Another thing for recent grads to remember, you do have a 6-month grace period after graduation before loan payments begin.
Critical for students to know after graduation or even now after this postponement, because many students have graduated during this 3-year period. The first thing that they need to know is who their servicer is, who their loan servicer is. If they've not had heard from the loan servicer, which they should have by now. If they have not, they need to make sure that they make direct contact to that servicer.
The SAVE plan also significantly decreases monthly payments by increasing the income exemption from 150% to 225% of the poverty line. A Democratic law firm is challenging Wisconsin's witness requirements for absentee voting. It argues the state is violating the Voting Rights Act by demanding a witness signature. Elias Law Group calls the requirement a burden to voters, and it filed a lawsuit against the Wisconsin Elections Commission on behalf of 4 state voters. State law requires clerks reject absentee ballots that are missing a witness signature. A judge ruled last year elections officials cannot correct or fill in missing information on witness certifications. That's a practice known as ballot curing. Authorities have issued a green alert for a missing veteran who hasn't been seen since Friday. 51-year-old Shane Helmbrecht was last seen at a group home in Toma. He's lived there since he was found incompetent for trial in a murder case which was dismissed. He's allowed to leave the home as he pleases, but did not tell staff where he was going. They told authorities he had not been acting like his usual self. He does have a history of assault, so anyone with any information about him is asked to contact police. Former President Donald Trump stepped off the campaign trail today to spend the day in a Manhattan courtroom. It was the first day of a civil trial brought by New York's Attorney General, who says Trump, his sons, and their companies committed repeated fraud for overstating their wealth by billions. Emily Schmidt takes us to the courthouse.
Mr. Trump, why do you want to be here in person today? Because I want to watch this witch hunt myself.
Former President Donald Trump calls his civil court trial election interference. But instead of the White House, it's partially about Trump's house, the Trump Tower he departed Monday on his way to court. Prosecutors presented court documents saying in 2017, Trump told Forbes his tower penthouse was 33,000 square feet, 3 times the size reported in 2004, overvaluing between $114 to $207 million.
Good morning, everyone.
New York's Attorney General says that overinflating happened across company financial reports for a decade, resulting in better business terms that have led to 7 claims against Trump and others.
No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law.
Last week, the judge overseeing the case ruled on the first claim, saying the president is liable for fraud.
This judge should be disbarred.
Trump also discredited the prosecution.
We have a racist attorney general who's a horror show.
Trump's attorney argued in opening statements there was no intent to defraud, no victims, no unjust profits. Attorney General James seeks $250 million, a ban on the Trumps serving as business officers in the state, and a ban on their company from doing business for 5 years. The judge promised to say little during the trial. Trump did not promise the same. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
California Governor Gavin Newsom is appointing LaFonza Butler to complete the Senate term of the late Dianne Feinstein. Butler, currently the president of Emily's List, a group that works to elect Democratic women who support abortion rights. She'll be the only black female senator serving in Congress and just the third in U.S. history. Senator Feinstein passed away last week at the age of 90. She was the longest serving female senator ever in the U.S. Pope Francis has suggested for the first time that people in same-sex unions could be blessed by Catholic priests. However, it would be on a case-by-case basis. The Pope made the suggestion in a letter to his harshest critics within the Catholic ranks, while the pontiff reiterated the church only recognizes marriage as a union between man and woman. He opened the door for blessings of individuals in same-sex unions, according to the letter. Still ahead at 10, the latest COVID booster is now available, but it won't be covered by the government. We'll show you how you can get your shot at no cost. That's up next.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Hi, my name is Mitch Cromody of A&F Farms, and this is my John Deere. I would say what stands out for me for Sloan Implement is customer service, showing that they care and always being there when you need something. They'll get on it as fast as they can. We went over there and met Ryan to look at a sprayer, and ever since then we bought a ton of implements and tractors and stuff from him, and you always felt safe buying something from them. So if we had our choice, it'd always be Sloan's, because it's just been wonderful to work with, and that's why I think Sloan's first.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentix works for me.
Cosentix helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis, serious allergic reactions, severe skin reactions that look like eczema, and an increased risk of infections, some fatal, have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentix.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentix.
We've got questions about Medicare plans.
Well, we've got a lot of answers. How can I help?
Well, for starters, do you have a Medicare plan I can actually afford?
How about a plan with a $0 monthly premium?
Well, that's a great start. What other benefits can we get?
Things like dental, vision, and hearing. But let me help you pick the plan that's right for you.
Don't wait. Call 1-800-AETNA for you to get answers to your questions and pick a plan that's right for you. And let's make healthier happen together.
Hy-Vee Fuel Saver is now Hy-Vee Perks. Hy-Vee Perks members get members-only prices on hundreds of products store-wide every day. Get your free Hy-Vee Perks membership and start saving today. Bananas, H Perks price 39 cents a pound. Hy-Vee Butter, H Perks price $2.98. And Tide Liquid Laundry Detergent, H Perks price $9.97. Make the switch or sign up today. It's free and easy.
Jennifer Hudson Show. From The Voice is Gwen Stefani and Niall Horan.
And black people think y'all look alike.
You can be our son.
I love Jennifer. I would love you to be on my team.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
A man is recovering tonight. He awoke to the Verona duplex he lives in on fire and had to jump out a second-story window to escape. Fortunately, he wasn't seriously hurt. The fire happened just after 3 in the morning. This was on Llano Street. When we visited this morning, half the building was destroyed, the other half heavily damaged. Verona Fire Department there considers it a total loss. Getting an updated COVID booster this year might not be quite as easy as it's been in the past. Until this spring, the federal government was the one footing the bill for COVID vaccines. Now you'll have to go through your insurance companies to make sure your shot is covered. But there is good news for the uninsured.
Everyone should be able to access a vaccine at no cost to them, no matter what, if they have insurance or not. Just some of the things have changed in how we're able to provide that.
So here's the breakdown. If you have insurance, you'll have to go to an in-network provider, whether it's a pharmacy or your doctor, to make sure your shot is covered. If you're uninsured, an uninsured adult, You can get your COVID shot for free through your local health department in Dane County. That's the Public Health Madison-Dane County. Uninsured children can get the vaccine for free through the Vaccines for Children program. You can find a provider for that through the Wisconsin Department of Health's website. And to find out which locations near you have the vaccine in stock, just head to vaccines.gov. A new study finds a big disparity between what women and men pay for out-of-pocket health care. Analysis from financial services firm Deloitte found that women who have health insurance through their jobs pay about 18% more out of pocket than men with similar insurance. Insurance companies seem to cover fewer services for women compared to men. For example, breast cancer screenings can often cost more than other types of cancer screenings. It's become known as a kind of pink tax for health care. United Postal Service immortalizing the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg with a postage stamp honoring the feminist icon. The sheet of stamps costs $13.20, or you can order them individually for 66 cents a piece. The stamp's oil painting portrait based on a 2017 photograph of RBG.
A new stamp will honor this outstanding American and eminent jurist who gave so much to our country as scholar, teacher, lawyer, judge, and justice.
Justice Ginsburg died in 2020 at the age of 87. Don't be fooled by the unusually warm weather. It's going to get cold and quickly. The Coats for Kids campaign comes to a close this Saturday, aiming to help kids here in Dane County stay warm through the chilly fall and winter months. You can head to any Clinky Cleaners location. They'll donate. They will clean and then donate coats that you drop off. The program is also looking for volunteers later this month to help distribute the donations that are received. You can find more details and the sign up on our website, channel3000.com. We need those coats badly. But of course, Gary, it still feels like summer out there. Really, really warm start to the month of October.
Yeah, so now's the time to go look.
You don't need those coats right now.
Yeah, exactly. And boy, another day tomorrow that will be unseasonably warm. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Record heat possible tomorrow. I've got a forecast high temperature of 85, and that'll be very close to the record. There will be some showers Wednesday afternoon and evening, and then again Friday afternoon. Each of those shower chances will be with a cold front. The first one will drop temperatures back into the lower 70s by Thursday, but then by Friday and Saturday and Sunday, those temperatures will be 30 degrees or more cooler than they'll be tomorrow. So we'll be in the mid-50s for high temperatures toward the end of the week. As far as September is concerned, you know, normally we start out with temperatures in the upper 70s. We're in the middle 60s by the end of the month. This September, we started in the low 80s and we ended in the middle 80s. Temperatures for the month averaged 4.5 degrees above normal. Now, precipitation actually was a little bit above normal. Almost 3.5 inches of rain here in Madison. Normally we get about a little over 3 1/10 inches of rain, but a lot of that came in 2 separate weather systems that were over a few days. The rest of the month was pretty dry. And for tomorrow, the record high temperature is 85, set back in 2005, and that's exactly what I'm forecasting for a high. So we would tie a record if that actually works out. Doppler track, free of precipitation tonight. We've been dry for the last few days. In fact, over the last 5 days, northern parts of the state, some areas picked up an inch or 2 of rain, but you draw a line from just north of La Crosse to around Green Bay. South of that line, almost no rain at all, and it looks like that trend will continue for at least another day or so. High temperatures today. Again, this is more like you'd expect the early part of August. 84 Milwaukee, 83 Madison, out to the west even warmer. Waterloo, Iowa hit 90 degrees. Fargo, North Dakota, 90 degrees. But notice, farther to the northwest, temperatures in the 60s and 70s over the western Dakotas, but the 90s stretched all the way down into Kansas, Nebraska. And on weather track, those winds continue out of the south, the upper levels of the atmosphere, and that just continues to pump warmer northward. The one thing is it's missing a lot of moisture. Most of that is staying out to the west with rain and mountain snows. So we could use the rain after being dry for 5 days, but we'll have to wait another day or so to get here. Planning your day across Dane County, 85 Middleton, 85 for the high in Fitchburg, and 84 in Mazomanie with lots of sunshine. Rest of southern Wisconsin, Janesville should hit 86, Prairie du Chien 84, La Crosse 83 degrees. For Madison, again, a high of 85. That would tie the record high of 85 set back in 2005. But future track shows some rain from Wednesday afternoon through Wednesday night. Not a lot. Around 1/10 of an inch of rain. A few places might be up around 1/4 of an inch, especially east of Madison, where an isolated thunderstorm is possible. Farther west you go, the lesser the rain should be. As far as the first warn 7 to 10 day forecast, The showers will drop us down into the 60s or 70s on mid-70s on Wednesday, low 70s on Thursday, mainly dry weather. Another round of showers Friday afternoon, but that with a second cold front that drops temperatures in the mid-50s for the weekend. And then we warm back up again later next week with dry weather up to near 70 by the middle of the week.
Gary, thank you. The title of world's oldest skydiver belongs to a woman right here in the Midwest. Dorothy Hoffner of Chicago, 104 years young. In fact, she's about 3 months from birthday number 105. Over the weekend, she completed a jump at Skydive Chicago, becoming the oldest person in the world to tandem skydive out of an airplane.
It was wonderful. It was a nice, peaceful, and I had to keep myself awake so I could see the scenery.
Organizers are working to have Guinness certify Dorothy's jump. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is back after News 3 Now at 10. Here's a look at tonight's show.
Colbert's back with an all-new Late Show. Plus, Neil deGrasse Tyson tonight.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
The biggest thing for me that I've learned through working with Thrivent is that you can accomplish anything you want to. It's just about finding the right road, the right path, the smart moves.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that.
You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT.
The truth wins if we're all brave enough to tell it.
Are you hungry?
If you're shopping for the cheapest insurance, you're shopping for the wrong thing. After all, insurance coverage is really just a promise. And why would anyone want a cheap promise?
Don't be scared.
You've worked hard for what you have. Protect your home or business with a promise from a company that you trust.
I love you, kitten, and I hope you like it here.
Ask your independent insurance agent about a policy from West Bend.
Menards will help you stack up. Big savings when insulating your home. Plus, save 11% on all insulation. A properly insulated home can save you money on your utility bill, all while increasing your family's comfort. Plus, stack on the savings and save more money with additional federal tax credits on qualifying energy efficiency home improvement purchases. Pick up a roll of R15 high-performance craft paper-faced fiberglass insulation for just $14.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Our city has a pulse. Steps from bustling and wild. Come find familiar. Experience new. Live in our rhythm and stay.
Have Medicare and Medicaid? iCare's dual eligible special needs plans offer an $1,800 annual allowance for eligible groceries and more. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
After a 162-game marathon of a season, it comes down to a best-of-3 series beginning tomorrow night for the Milwaukee Brewers. Despite winning the division, Milwaukee will host the Arizona Diamondbacks at American Family Field in the wild card round. Brewers Have to like their odds for Game 1 tomorrow. Corbin Burns, the ace, will take the bump against Brandon Pfaadt. First pitch is set for 6:08. You can watch that action on ESPN2 or be at AmFam Field to cheer on the Brew Crew in person. There are tickets still available for all 3 games. Just visit Brewers.com to purchase your seats. Now, some bad news. The Brewers have ridden their pitching all year long, but one of their top arms won't be around for the entire series, maybe for the entire playoffs. That would be Brandon Woodruff, who would have started Game 2 Wednesday. He is now out with a shoulder injury.
We got a good clubhouse, and I want to be a part of that. And you know, sitting here now, I may not. So that's the hard part.
Now, Woodruff has been dealing with shoulder issues all season. He threw just 67 innings in his 11 starts. Dust starting to settle from last week's blockbuster trade. Damian Lillard really looking forward to a fresh start in Milwaukee. Today was media day all across the NBA, and the newest Buck was ready to go.
I couldn't be more excited. I couldn't be more thankful for this opportunity to be a part of this organization, to play alongside the best player in the league. You know, it's going to be fun.
No secret about who Lillard is referring to when he says he gets to play alongside the best player in the league. Of course, Giannis. And here's what the Greek Freak had to say about the Bucks bringing Dame time to Milwaukee.
Having a guy like Dame on the team, it's unbelievable. Knows how to play the game, plays the game in a high level. You know, I've been here 10 years and we've been doing things quietly. You know, we kind of been moving under the radar, and now, you know, with this kind of move, it brings a lot of, attention to the team.
Bucks preseason opener is on Sunday against the Bulls. They'll tip off the regular season 3 weeks from Thursday, October 26th against Philadelphia. Badger football team coming off the early bye week this past weekend after starting conference play 1-0. The real gauntlet of Big Ten play starts now. Rutgers coming to Camp Randall this weekend. It's homecoming. It's a team they've had some success against. Badgers have never lost to them. Undefeated against the Scarlet Knights, outscoring them 168-30 in those 4 games. But to stay perfect, it'll take somebody else to step up in the absence of Ches Belusi, who's now out for the year.
You know, the leader that Ches was, the energy that Ches was, the heart that Ches was, that's something that's going to be missed. And I think it's a great opportunity for, in some ways, even Braylon to step out of his comfort zone and you know, kind of take a little bit of that role as that, that sometimes you get used to allowing Ches to just kind of be that guy in that room in particular.
No movement in the ABCA coaches poll, and that's a good thing for the Badgers since they remain the #1 ranked team in the country. The Badgers made quick work of Michigan at the Fieldhouse yesterday, dismissing them in 3 sets. This week, 2 road matches. They'll play at Iowa Wednesday night, head down to Illinois on Saturday. Both of those games will be broadcast on Big Ten Network. And after a record-breaking performance against Lindenwood Friday, several Badger women's hockey players earned WCHA weekly awards. Lacey Eden named Forward of the Week after posting her first collegiate hat trick, and KK Harvey won Defender of the Week. Cassie Hall engraved her name in the record book, becoming the 7th UW player to record 4 or more goals in a game. We're back with a final check of your forecast after a short break.
Sims with a goal and an assist.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. Shh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
Elevate your savings at the Century House. Right now, buy stressless recliners, sofas, and office chairs and earn up to $1,500 credit toward the purchase of additional stressless furniture. Or receive $400 off the purchase of any stressless signature base or cross-base recliner and ottoman. Don't wait. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
When an appliance you rely on goes kaput, you can count on family-owned Brothers Maine, Southern Wisconsin's local appliance authority since 1938. With thousands of in-stock options, we have the brands you want at the lowest prices guaranteed. Even big box can't beat our prices. Our experienced team of appliance experts will help you make the right selection, and we deliver it fast and free to your home. What you need when you need it. Shop appliances you can bring home today at our Madison and Janesville showrooms. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
I'm Darrell Hall of Hall Farms, and this is my John Deere. We farm 1,700 acres of crop ground, and then we also have purebred breeding sheep. We've dealt with Sloan since 1980, and what I think is really makes them stand out is the person-to-person contact, and it seems like they're always on top of their business to the finest detail. And that just amazes me, and I think that's why Sloan's is so impressive to us farmers, and this is why I think of Sloan's first.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are! Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-685-4999.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
In Arby's opinion, the cheesesteak is perfect. And you don't mess with perfection. Arby's does. Arby's, we have the meat.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance.
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
Donate kids' winter coats at Clinky Cleaners during Coats for Kids.
Well, you'll start seeing Halloween decorations pop up as it is now October. One display in New York was so realistic. Firefighters were called to respond to this. Someone drove by this home in Glens Falls and saw what appears to be a raging fire inside. So naturally, they called 911. But upon closer look, it was just a Halloween display. There weren't any actual flames, just two LED lights, a box fan, a silver sheet, and a fog machine. Be careful with those Halloween decorations.
I was going to say, that's not a very, very
a little
smart
over
move.
the top there.
Yeah.
So Gary's got a final check of the forecast. Certainly doesn't feel like Halloween month with these temperatures. Unbelievable.
We started out the month with mid-80s, and tomorrow will be another day, probably in the mid-80s, maybe close to a record. Live view from the Edgewater Sky Camp downtown Madison. Looking very nice out there. High temperature. These were high temperatures today. 83 Madison, 84 Janesville, 86 in Bosqueville, 87 in La Crosse. Current temperatures still well into the 60s. A few places like Prairie du Chien at 70 degrees, 64 right now in Janesville. Here in Dane County, 65 Deerfield, 65 in Belleville, and 61 in Middleton. Look for a low tonight of about 60 in Madison. High temperature tomorrow, 85. If we hit that, we will tie the record going back to 2005. But the warm temperatures will be gone after tomorrow, and I don't think it'll be back until spring. But
open the roof at AmFam Field tomorrow.
They will.
Diamondbacks will feel right at home. Thanks for joining us, folks. Have a great night.